Hello everyone. In today's session, we will explore new. It is not a new option, but it is basically for a while in previous versions and in current version of D365 FinOps is available. And some people they might have not noticed it, but these are one of the hidden options available as per the business scenario in which there can be. Uh, Multiple times when a supplier is sending you basically the product receipts or invoice merged together, means clubbed together against different purchase orders. So let me just filter it out. I have created two purchase order on today's date. So these are two basically purchase order with the different lines. I will show you with the different products. This is M0030, and same way if I can show you the other one. You can see here there are different products available as purchase lines, and also the warehouse and quantity and unit price, and with the along with the net amount. One thing to notice is that even though the purchase order, those are for example, vendor 104 and 105. These are two different purchase order, but their invoice account is same, which you can always change based upon to whom you will be invoicing. Sometime there can be multiple legal entities for a client, and they want it to be charged for their corporate office or head office for particular legal entity. There can be group of companies, but they need the charges to, the bill to go to the corporate office or one of the legal entities. So in that case, the invoice account need to be changed. So in this case, I have kept the same invoice account in order to replicate the scenario. And you would also see there are now I will show you first of all once I select these two purchase order with the different vendor accounts but same invoice account. These are in confirm status, and purchase order status is still open with mode of delivery and different values for fields. I can go to the receive tab, and then I can go to the product receive, and the same can be done for invoice as well. The summary update options are available in multiple places. So here you can see there is a group called summary purchase, summary update for none, and there can be a invoice account, order account, and automatic summary. So what are these different values? So none means of course you don't want to merge it, so at that case you will be selecting none. But when you are merging multiple, for example, these are two headers in the product receive posting product receive form, you can just click another header and you will see different lines in that header. So there can be a scenario when these two different purchase order, there is a product receipt document sent, single product receipt document sent against two purchase order from the same supplier, or might be two different names or legal entities for the same supplier. In that case you want to merge it, so definitely system is providing you the provision to merge these documents based upon multiple criteria. So here there are two product received with different lines. What if I want to merge it? So basically based upon invoice account, so it will go just like you can select the criteria here, which is the invoice account, and based upon this criteria, you once you have selected it, then what you can do is just put here the first header or whatever the header you want to keep it, and one header will be removed. So whatever header you want to keep, you just need to put the product receipt number of the actual document which the invoice which the supplier has sent to you. So for example, this is the product receipt number which the supplier has sent, and I want to keep this header and merge the other header with this one. So in that case the lines of the other header will be merged in this. So the criteria once the criteria is defined, you can click the arrange command, and what it will do, it will merge and remove the other header, and the lines of that header will also go to uh, the header which is now kept. And how you can differentiate that, there is a column called purchase order in the lines, which is showing that these three lines belong basically to 1 to 6 purchase order number, and the other one is belonging to 1 to 5. This is the one of the option which I have used here as invoice account. So what about the other options? That let me explain to you. First of all, this order option. Let me cancel this or remove the header. And once again, okay. So now I will again launch the product receipt from the purchase order being selected, and now I can choose the order option here. And what it does, basically, it is showing you an option to select a purchase order from one of the header in the product receipt form. So I can select any of the purchase order, for example this 1 to 6, and I can give a number to the packing slip or product receipt. For example, this is the number. So what system does here, system checks the parameter available in summary update parameters in accounts payable, and based upon the various fields which are selected there, it will make a combination of these documents, like here product receipt. It can be a single document, it can be two, it can be three, based upon the fields already selected. So in this case, I have selected the purchase order 1 to 6 and the packing slip number, and then I just need to select arrange command, and you can see the header kept is whatever I have selected at the top. So the lines are merged now to this header. So, but how it has merged? What is the criteria? For that, you need to go to the summary update parameters. So first, let me remove this and cancel, and go to the accounts payable. In accounts payable, you can go to the summary update parameters, and you can see here there is a journal tab here. In journal tab, you can define the basically tolerance, whether it will accept show you warning or error based upon the criteria which you are selecting in your document actually. So if it is error, so it will not let you go again, and if it is warning, so it is a soft warning, and if it is accept, it will let you go. But what about, I mean, these other tabs? So basically on a product receive, whenever you are doing a product receive and you are using the summary update feature and using arrange, so based upon the selected field, it will create different, I mean the multiple documents against that. For example, if we have selected invoice account and currency, so the system will choose the common invoice account and currency, and for each of the different combination, it will create another product receipt. So based upon these criteria, so all the fields are available here. So but the mandatory thing is invoice account need to be the same, so otherwise it will not let you do it. So there can be a due date, there can be a terms of payment or method of payment on which basis you want to keep a different document, because of course for each of the delivery or maybe for invoice, you don't want to merge two invoices with different terms of payments. One payment is due for 30 days but another is due for 60 days. Why would you want to merge a 60-day payment to a 30-day or 30-day payment to a 60-day? You want to keep it separate wise. So in that case, you will just choose terms of payment to be different. So based upon that criteria, a different document will be generated so that you can easily pay as per your terms of payment for that specific document. So these are the criteria defined in the summary update parameters for receipt list, product receipt, or invoices, which will be used in that which I have just shown you in the basically posting product receipt, or the same option is available in posting vendor invoice there. There is one more option. Let me again go to the purchase order form, and let me put the date to filter the two purchase orders. Now if I select here and if I go to the product receipt, and then if I can go here, there is another option called automatic summary. So what is this? So basically this automatic summary is defined on basically the vendor account as a default setting. So it will use in that case automatic summary, whatever option you have already selected. No need to select every time one of these options. So you will just select automatic summary and you will arrange. So here I have missed the product receive number. So let me input the product receive. For example, this one will be like this, and automatic summary being selected, I will select arrange and it will merge the two headers. So how, on which criteria it has merged these two headers? Just let me show you. Just remove this. So you can go to the vendor account, on which basis whatever vendor you have selected, I mean the header you have selected against that vendor. If you go to the vendor master record, here you can see setup group available in action pane and summary update option is available. Here you can see the automatic summary is ticked for packing slip, or it is called the product receive on vendor side, and invoice option is also ticked. So on both of these documents, if you choose automatic summary, it will allow you to merge on the basis of packing slip or product receive or the invoice. These are automatic summary. No need to define every time. You just need to select it if it is enabled. So that will allow you to merge it. So this is it, and same I will show you on the invoice. Basically, once you select both of the purchase order, you can go to the invoice, and in the invoice you can open the invoice posting form. So in the generate invoice option, there is a warning sign because there is no product received yet posted. So I will choose the default quantity for lines, not from product received quantity, but from order quantity. So for the new functional consultants, it is important to choose the default quantity for lines, because for example, if I have already posted the product receipt against these purchase orders, so I would want to default those quantities here in the invoice, so that I can post invoice against only those quantities. And sometime if I have registered those quantities in purchase order, so as an item registration, so I can choose the registered quantity. Or if I choose ordered quantity, what is it? Ordered quantity is whatever the quantity available in purchase order, so that will be selected. And what is receive now quantity, that can be also manually entered in the purchase order lines, so that these quantities I need to receive as a part of or I want to these quantity I want to invoice. So I will select a ordered quantity and press OK, and then the warning sign will be converted to text sign, and you can see there are two headers of invoices against each of the purchase orders. So but the invoice account is same here. I will just select the input the invoice number here, and that is I will enter a dummy one, but you will enter the original whatever you have received from the supplier side. So for whatever the header I want to keep it, so I will input the invoice number there, and then there is an option at the top. You can see in the action pane for the vendor invoice, you can see the maintain group, and in the maintain group there is a consolidate invoices option. You can just select it, and once you select, summary update feature is available, and here you can select on whatever criteria, for example automatic summary or invoice account, based upon this as I have already explained it. So I will select invoice account, include the pending invoice, and I will just select the consolidate, and you can see now the purchase order column is showing the multiple option, because there this header is belonging to multiple POs, but the invoice is same and invoice account is also same. So I will just click it, in order to show me the details of this invoice. And here also you can see the related document, purchase order multiples, invoice account, and invoice number is also shown. And you can see the invoice lines are for different products belonging to both of the purchase orders. Purchase order number is also shown in the columns here. And so this is how we have consolidated this invoice, and then we can just post the invoice. Okay, so now I will just do the product receiving. For this also I will choose the invoice account, and product receive number I can enter. For example, this is the product receive number. Based upon this I will choose the arrange option, and print product receive and posting option is selected. So now I have posted the product received, and I have removed most of the items, so in order to make it simple. And you can see here the items from two different purchase orders are included. Okay, so I will just close it. And now in the product receipt journal you can also see this is the product receipt number against this purchase order, and for the other one also you will see the same. And when once you open it, so the items will be from both of the purchase order. And also you can see from the purchase order journal from the lines that these are 4 lines. There are 3 lines from 1 to 5 and 1 line from 1 to 6. So in this case it is showing the lines from two purchase order, and once you go to the other one it will also show you the similar status. So in this way we have posted the product receipt. Now if I go to the invoice again, I will select the purchase order and to both of the purchase orders in the received status. And now if I give it invoice number and repeat the same process, for example the consolidate invoice, okay, on the basis of invoice account and then consolidate, so it will merge it and just click it, and it is now showing 4 lines, 3 lines from 1 to 5 and 1 line from 1 to 6. And I will update the match status which need to be passed in order to pass the three-way matching. And now I can post it. Just let me check the lines. Totals also need to be checked. That is, invoice amount is 12,123 USD, and there is a cash discount amount available, and date is also given in order to avail that cash discount. So just let me close it, and once I'm here I can just click the post option. I will just confirm, select both of the POs, and again go to the invoice, generate the invoice. So now the headers are differently shown. I will just give the invoice number, consolidate invoice, select invoice account option in order to merge, and now it is merged. Then now we can see the invoice lines, 1 from 1 to 6 and 3 from 1 to 5 PO numbers. And go to the header level and matching status, again update match status, and then just close and post this one. And now you can see the posting has been done. So if you go to the invoice, the same behavior will be shown, like it is merge invoice with lines from different POs. So that is, now you can see at the first column, first last line is from 1 to 6, the starting or beginning lines are from 1 to 5. And if you want to see the invoice printout, it will show the lines from both of the purchase orders. So this is important. The field values should be mostly common, which you want to merge. So here you can see there are four lines in the vendor invoice. So in this way we have merged this invoice, and this process is now complete. I hope this would be of any use to the functional guys or accountants who want to merge the documents based upon these various settings. Mainly it is invoice account, but then there are, different field values on which you want to merge the invoice. For example, terms of payment should be same, like 60 days payment you would want to merge it together. Then another merging could be for 30 days payment. You want to basically merge all together with different terms of payment, or for example different values of other fields. So this is it, guys. I hope you must have enjoyed it. Let me know about your feedback, and stay tuned